A former drug dealer, who has been through all the circles of hell, decides to retire and forget about his dark past, but the past is not going to let him go so easily. This is a retelling of the movie Bloody Thursday. Mark is at the microphone, and we are beginning. This is an apple with cinnamon, and I wanted it with processed cheese. Casey and Chris are a young couple living an ordinary life. One night, a phone call comes into their house. It is Nick, Casey's former partner. He, unlike from his friend, is still involved in criminal matters. Nick comes to his friend's house. He is surprised at how much Casey has changed his life. This is not surprising. The guy leads a healthy lifestyle, takes care of the house, and works as an architect. His wife does not know about her husband's dark past. Nick assures that he has changed too. He talks about his business, that he is going to get married, citing an important meeting. The guest leaves, having borrowed his friend's car. Casey, putting away his friend's things in the room, sees a briefcase. This is the kind of suitcase they do their dark deeds with. The guy is trying to get rid of bad guesses from you. This briefcase only contains important documents, maybe a pack of condoms, but curiosity makes him open the briefcase. Seeing that it is full of heroin, Casey gets furious. He calls a friend, but he just shrugs. The owner of the house begins to angrily get rid of the drugs, washing them down the sink. A few minutes later, the doorbell rings. A black guy, disguised as a pizza delivery man, enters the house. He points a gun at Casey and asks him to give him the hero. Having learned that all the drugs were sent for disposal, the stranger says that he is forced to kill the owner of the house, who finally asks to give him the opportunity to smoke weed. The stranger happily agrees. Ice. That's how he introduced himself. He dreams of becoming a rapper. Right on the phone of his songs, Casey takes advantage of Ice's confusion, knocks him out, ties him up, and locks him in the garage. At that moment, Dr. Jarvis comes to see him. He came about the adopted child the couple wants to take. Chris has already had an individual interview. Now she's cursing Casey. Their conversation is interrupted by noise from the garage. The man apologizes to the doctor and goes out, where he hangs Ice by his feet from the ceiling beam so that he doesn't make noise. At that moment, the uninhibited beauty, Dallas, appears on the threshold of the house. She unceremoniously walks into the living room and, ignoring Casey's protests, sits down on the couch. When the guy leaves to answer a phone call, the girl has a very frank conversation with the doctor. I once starred in a porn film in Los Angeles. Taking advantage of the opportunity, the man asks about Casey's past, and Dallas vividly describes the guy's criminal life. After listening to the story, Dr. Jarvis leaves, not wanting to listen to the guy's excuse. The girl takes the owner of the house hostage. Having learned that there are no drugs, she demands money from the guy. Having received a refusal to his request, Dallas rapes the tied-up man. The process is interrupted by a shot that knocks out the lustful bitch's brains. She was killed by Bill Hill. The guy shows a bag with an object of torture. Hearing a noise in the street, he tapes Casey's mouth and leaves the room. When Billy returns, the guy has already freed himself from the tape on his hands and armed himself with a frying pan. He strikes the man several times and hangs him in the garage along with Ice. Nick calls Casey. He says that he stole the money, hid it, and directed all traces to his friend's house. The man apologizes and advises to leave town. Nick is seriously injured, possibly. This was his last call. Casey tidies up the house, removing all traces of blood, when Detective Kasarov appears on the threshold. A man puts Nick's head on half a package.